Good morning. We're here on the campus of the junior-senior high school at Mount Carmel area. We're doing this a little different than we have in the past. We're starting in the morning here because we can't do this at North Schuylkill quite the same way we do it at our own field. We have the Breakfast Club player of the game with us today, and he is Dave Weslowski, the quarterback. Dave, we've seen you now, and said it'll be our 6th or 7th game coming up, and it seems that from the beginning of the season until now, you've grown considerably with confidence and a general calmness about yourself back there when you go back to pass and decide to run or whatever. And you feel that yourself as you go through the season?
Yeah, I've grown more confident in my line, and it's just that they play excellent football, as you can see by the films and all, and the stats with the line and all. Very few tackles have been made by the linemen and stuff, so very few sacks.
It's a good quarterback and a healthy one that credits his line right away. The one other thing we noticed from the booth, and you of course go both ways, and being a high-profile position as a quarterback, most people will remember you and think of you as the quarterback, but you also play in a defensive backfield. And it seems to us that when you make a big hit in that backfield or break up a passer on, and you come up and your hands are pumping, your fist is in the air, and all, do you feel that you like defense as much as quarterback or more maybe, or do you have a favorite of the two?
Well, I'd love to only go one way, just like on offense or just on defense, but unfortunately we don't have enough players to do so I guess I have to play defensive back and quarterback, but I don't prefer one or the other. I just go out and play every night.
You're just as comfortable either way. Mm-hmm. One last question now. We're coming into the North Schuylkill game, and we discussed it earlier at Breakfast Club after you guys had gone to school, about how North Schuylkill views Mount Carmel area as the game of the year for them. No matter what their record or what our record is, it's like we look at Shamokin. Well, they look at us as the big rivalry, and we can make a season or break it on whether they beat us. And they'd gone so long there without winning, and all of a sudden now they've won 2 or 3 out of the last 5 games. How do we look at that? How does the team see North Schuylkill as they go into a game tonight?
They're a tough football team. I think they are, at least. I don't know how the rest of the team feels about them, but I think we're going to have our hands full tonight with their linebackers and all, and they have a good, solid football team.
Okay, Dave, thanks a lot. We wish you the best of luck tonight, and give it heck. We have the lineman of the game with us today for the Breakfast Club for the Marian Catholic game, and he is Mike Machuzak. Mike, you play a guard position on the line right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, you have an interesting view of things because unlike most linemen who start out in 5th or 6th grade and stay a lineman their whole life and never get off the line of scrimmage, you, I understand, played fullback for a while and have experimented at end here and there and linebacker. So you've played a lot of different positions. How do you feel about the line after playing in the backfield for a while or on the defense? Is there a difference for you?
I definitely prefer running the ball than blocking, but that's where Coach wants me to play, so I'll try and do my best there.
A lineman's dream is always to run the ball, and obviously you've realized that a few times. I asked Doug Greco last week, and he was our lineman last week, and I said to him about Coach Patello being, in addition, an on-field coach. He was always up in the box previously, but now he's actually at practice and showing you guys mostly on the line. How do you feel about Coach Patello and his impact on the line this year?
Well, he's made a big difference to us. I haven't really been there with Coach Arch, but Coach Patello preaches technique, and he's really worked on that a lot. Everything got to be the way he wants it, and that's really made a difference this year, I think.
I understand he's a pretty tough but fair grader. Do you guys respond to that kind of thing as far as your grades every week? You look forward to that?
Yeah, we always think every play how we're doing, satisfactory or unsatisfactory, because he said he's not looking to give us a good grade. He's looking for us to do wrong.
Yes. I know Coach Patello quite well, and I can see him saying those words. Well, Mike, it was good to have you with us here, and we expect to see you back soon, okay? Good luck tonight. We're here with the WKMC player of the game, and he is an unusual player of the game, I think, this year, being a freshman. We have Mike Kogut. Mike, this is your first time, obviously, as any award winner on the team, and also, I guess last week was the first week you played extensively through the whole first half and second half. How do you feel about that, being a freshman coming onto a team like this and playing so much?
It was very exciting being my first year and getting that much playing time in a big game.
I'm sure it was. You're playing defensive tackle, and I'm assuming we're going to see you there again tonight.
Yes.
We expect to see that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on the line like that as a freshman, I mean, you've played obviously in the Jets and then freshman ball a little bit as you come up. Do you feel that you're prepared as far as physically goes? Now, you're a pretty big guy, but when you meet a senior, the offensive tackle, or maybe the big backs coming out of the backfield, how do you feel about that going into a game?
I'm definitely mentally prepared. Physically, I hope I am.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of years with the weight program we have down here, now you should be something to contend with, although you're pretty good right now. How did the rest of the team respond to a freshman coming in and starting off last game and now again in a big game like tonight?
They didn't really say anything. As long as I did the job, it didn't really matter.
That's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are as long as you're doing the job. So listen, Mike, congratulations. We're going to expect to see good things out of you for a lot of years to come, and good luck tonight.
Thanks.
We're here with Coach Demnick before the North Schuylkill game. And, Coach, the first question I usually ask you is about key injuries and all. Unfortunately, you're going to have one to talk about tonight.
Well, we do have one loss. Jeff Costello is our starting center, and he did some alternating on a defensive guard. We lost him for this ball game. Hopefully he'll be back next week. He's got strained ligaments, and we just can't use him tonight.
Last week in the Marion Catholic game, we saw in the second half anyway, and for what we saw in the booth, it was pretty much of a grind-out game. You didn't show a lot of offense or a lot of different plays. Were you looking down the road in that respect, or you just felt that Marion wasn't going to come back and beat you in that second half?
No, we actually we're just trying to establish a ground game to do something. We just want to hold on to football and just try to control the tempo of the game. That's all it was. We weren't playing well. As I've said all week, we didn't play with any kind of intensity, and when you're not playing with intensity, you're not doing much. So just to control the tempo of the game, while we just try to keep the ball on the ground and just throw occasionally when we had to.
We play North Schuylkill tonight, and they come in with a 4-2 record, and they lost to one common opponent, that being Marion Catholic beat them. They also lost to a Central Columbia team, which looks pretty good in their division where they're playing. What do you look for from North Schuylkill tonight against us?
Well, add to that first, they shut out Tamaqua, and they scored 23 points and had a shutout. So you know they have a good defensive team. We didn't shut Tamaqua out; they scored on us. But tonight, as far as North Schuylkill, we're expecting an exciting football game from them. We know they're going to throw. We feel they're going to throw the ball a great deal. They don't have a strong running game. Their whole offense is predicated on the success of the Swearheart boy who plays quarterback, and he does a pretty good job. And he's the guy that keeps him in a ball game.
There's a passer like Swearheart who passed for just over, I think, 200 yards in Central Columbia game, which a high school passer is extremely good. Does he present a special problem for us, or will we play him pretty much the way we do the other teams? We don't do anything special for him, or? Well,
we won't do anything special for him. The only thing is we've got to be conscious of the fact that he throws a great deal, and he will throw a great deal. So we've got to put the rushes on him, force him out of that pocket, force him to scramble, and hope that our pursuit will get to him. And at the same time have good defensive coverage in the secondary. So, but there's really nothing special for him.
We were talking with the award winners earlier, and we're trying to impress upon them about North Schuylkill, about being so physical, and they're going to come out and bang helmets. Do you feel that we're ready mentally, because we got a big game coming up next week? This is the kind of game where you walk in, if you're not paying attention at the first moment of the game, they're going to really give you a good shot. You a little worried about that, or do we seem ready to go tonight?
No, I'm worried about that. You know, if anyone could come up with a system of trying to control the mentality and the emotion of kids, you know, it'd be a great find. But that's something you'll never be able to do. Kids, you know, they look at a team and they figure that they won't have any problems with them, and they don't get up for the game psychologically. Our kids actually could be looking down the road to Pottsville, and they have no reason to be doing that, because the game at hand is North Schuylkill, and they should be giving everything they have, because like I always tell the kids, you know, play each game like it's the last game that you're ever going to play, because there's no making up for it. If you don't have a good game, there's no making up, because in the next game you have, you got to get a good game there, and if you have a great game, that's for that game that you're in. It's not for the game that you lost. So we're hoping that they're going to be able to play great football and from beginning to end, but there's no way of controlling that. Nothing we can do about it.
Well, Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck tonight. Let's bring home a big win.
Okay, Warren. Thank you.
On the lighter side of tonight's pregame show, we have a little bit of information here presented to us from Phil Gergen. Newcastle's football team, they're called the Red Hurricanes. We're shooting for the 600 win mark this year. We have their program. I'll put it in front of Warren, see if you can see it there.
Does it cover me?
It
doesn't cover Does it cover me?
It covers you. The Hurricanes are shooting for 600 wins this year. Currently, they only have 592. They've lost 5 games this year. Mount Carmel, in turn, is in second place in the state for the most wins, and they are now at 586. We're only 5 games away from Newcastle and the possibility of catching them this year. Newcastle is currently ranked 5th in the nation and Mount Carmel 6th in the nation. So a little trivia for our sports fans out there. I have a couple other things here, Warren. Grab onto that. We have a little bit of the Mount Carmel versus North Schuylkill and their predecessor school records. The first game ever played between North Schuylkill, or then I guess the first game was Ashland, was on the 27th of October in 1893. Mount Carmel unfortunately lost that game 12-0. But overall, they've played Gordon once, and that score was 29-0 Mount Carmel. Frackville twice, and we've won both those games. Ashland, we've played them 41 times with a record of 33 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties. And under the North Schuylkill, which is 23 years ago, Mount Carmel has 20 wins, 3 losses, and no ties. An impressive record for the Red Tornadoes here, playing the predecessor schools of North Schuylkill.
Well, I think an important thing to look at there is, although we've dominated them over, obviously, since 18, you were at that first game in 1892.
1893.
You were in the concession stand.
93 in the concession stand.
But the 3 wins that we're talking about have occurred in the last 6 or 7 years. So North Schuylkill over the last 10 years or so have become very competitive against us anyway. And they now look to us, as I stated earlier, as the game of the year for them. They like nothing better to come and beat a program like us, and they show it now with 3 big wins. So they're going to be looking to improve on that as they go through each year.
The other thing I think we see tonight is that what's going to happen, it's a big rivalry. There's a lot of, pressure from Ashland people and Mount Carmel people back and forth on who wins this game. And no matter what the records are coming into the game tonight, both schools play very hard, and it usually is a competitive game.
Well, I think that the common thread through these games in the past 10 or 12 years has been how physical they've been, despite who wins the game and what the score might be. And there's been some really good games played as far as high scores and a lot of touchdown passes or big run backs. But the thing you can look for tonight, as you had in the last couple of games, are very physical games where actually you might lose a player to getting hurt to some hard hitting and on. You got to be prepared. They've got to go into this game thinking that the same as they would a championship game, where they're going to play their hardest and try to win the game. And that's what North Schuylkill will do tonight.
Well, that's it for our pregame show. We'll see everybody in a few minutes for the kickoff. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Schuylkill Spartan Stadium for tonight's Eastern Conference matchup between the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes and the North Schuylkill Spartans. Looks like this could be a good one tonight, Warren. North Schuylkill looks like they're up for the game.
Well, we're expecting a good game. As usual, this is a backyard rivalry, and North Schuylkill treats this as a very big game. They'd like nothing more than to come and knock us off, as we come in this game with only 1 loss.
North Schuylkill has won the toss and elected to receive, and the Tornadoes will be kicking off for the start of tonight's game. Starting lineup for the Red Tornadoes tonight. At left end, number 83, Alan Kovaleski. At left tackle, number 55, Bob Delbo. At left guard, number 68, Scott Vatero. At center is Eric Geary in place of Jeff Costello tonight. At right guard, Mike Machuzak. At right tackle, number 50, Doug Greco. At right end, number 38, John Quinn. At quarterback, number 14, Dave Waslowski. At running back, number 34, Tony Mazzatesta. At fullback, number 32, Dave Fantini. And also Marcus Startzel, number 36, will be in there. And at flanker back, number 21, Bob Chicatano. The head coach of the Red Tornadoes, Joe Jazz Diminik.
Well, this is an interesting game in that North Schuylkill, unlike some of the other teams we've played, the other teams come in, they play either 5-2 defense with a monster man or a 4-4 defense or something. North Schuylkill will play a defense that suits them for the game. So as of this morning when we talked with Coach Dimnick, they were unsure what they were going to see from North Schuylkill in a defensive stand. And the fact that we have a rookie center starting for us, in Eric Geary, that's going to be a key player to watch, at least at the very beginning of the game. Should they go to a 5-man front and put someone over the center, it's going to tell a lot in the beginning of the game.
Ball dropped by Gottschalk, and he picks it up and starts up through. Hit in there nicely by number 64, Kogut, number 10, Shidleski, and number 32, Dave Fantini. Nice start for the game for the Tornadoes.
Well, you like to stop them right away. You don't want to be running one back on you. The key to this game for Mount Carmel is they've got to set the tone early. They've got to get in this game. They've got to hit hard and establish themselves. If they let North Schuylkill get a little bit of confidence, I think they're going to be in trouble.
Swearhart back to pass. And he hits number 6, Brian Gottschalk, complete for the North Schuylkill first down.
Now, this is what Mount Carmel's got to be very careful about. Swearhart is an excellent passer. He passed for over 200 yards against Central Columbia 2 games back. He's been consistent in all 6 games up until now. So he could hurt you. You've got to put a lot of pressure on him from the line, and you've got to take a little bit of pressure off our defensive backs or he can hurt us.
And a lot of the passes were complete to Gottschalk. He seems to be the main receiver for the Spartans. First down on about the 35-yard line. Little square out here. Taken down nicely by Bullock, was initially in on the hit.
Now, that was a good play
finished
there.
off by Dave Weslowski.
Yeah. Bullock played that the way you should. That was a quick opener. He hit the man on the sidelines for a gain of about 2 yards only. So that's the way you want to play that. North Schuylkill, I think you're going to see those quick passes. You're not going to see him drop back much. You're going to see him roll out a lot to try and take a little bit of the defensive pressure off himself. So Mount Carmel's got to be aware of that and play it that way. Their ends are going to have to contain him on the line of scrimmage.
Split wide right is Chris Murray for the Spartans. Swearhart back, looking out that direction at him, and threw under, broken up nicely by Marcus Startel.
Now, you can't play that any better than he did. He had great position. He moved. He drove to the ball as it was coming to the receiver, and consequently an incomplete pass. He played it perfectly that time.
Third down for the Spartans from about the 37-yard line. 10 minutes and 38 seconds left in this first quarter. Swearhart rolls again. It's a pitch. Number 21, Harvey Weichel carrying the ball. He breaks loose and knocked out of bounds over there by Delbo, but good again for another Spartan first down.
Now, there's something that Mount Carmel area probably did not expect. That looked like a pass play. They were down 8 yards on a third down play. They rolled out, and he was looking like he was going to pass at the last moment, quick pitch. Mount Carmel got caught with their end on the inside, and that's what hurt us.
Murray split wide left on this play. Swearhart up the middle. Brought down in there by Kogut, and he just got him by the back of the pants and brought him right down, Warren.
Yeah. Kogut's another key player tonight from Mount Carmel. He had a great game last weekend, his first game, but now you've got a team that scouted him, looked at his tendencies, and they're going to know how to play him a little better. So this is a key game for him, too.
Second down and 6 from about the 41-yard line. Swearhart sets the team, sends a man in motion. Flag on the play. Actually, there were 2 people in motion on that play.
Yeah, well, one of the things you're going to see there is number 85 was dragging across the line. He turned up field before the ball was centered, which you can't do. And they're going to call illegal motion on that play.
In the 6 games so far, and on the defensive side of the Red Tornadoes, Startzel leads with 54 total tackles. He's had 24 assisted tackles and 30 unassisted tackles. That's good numbers.
Well, I think a telling number in that was that last week alone, Marcus Startzel had 14 unassisted tackles. And that's playing one heck of a game when you can have 14 unassisted tackles. So he's having himself a great season so far.
Spartans have a second down and 10. Swearhart back, Kowaleski in on him. But now he hit nicely over there for really no gain. It's hard for us to tell from our vantage point. It looks Kogut was in there for sure, and number 32, Fantini.
He's going to lose maybe a yard or so on that play. And that basically they just flushed him out of the rolling pocket and force him to run. And that's what Mount Carmel has to do. They need Swearhart to run. If they give him a little bit of time to set up and start passing, he could be very dangerous.
There's 9 minutes left in this first quarter, and North Schuylkill definitely in a passing situation here, Warren.
Well, you would think so, yeah, with 3rd and 10. They were 3rd and 8 on the last series, and they ran the ball. So they're trying to keep Mount Carmel off balance here.
Swearhart dropped. He fakes the draw. Fantini was in initially, and then Kogut and the whole line came blasting through.
Yeah, you can credit the defensive stop to Kogut and Fantini there. he could not get the ball to his receiver at all there, and that's the key right there. They need to put a lot of pressure when he rolls out a little bit to the right or to the left.
4th down for the Spartans. The ball resting right about on the 45-yard line. Punting for the Spartans is number 75, Bob Kress. And deep for the Tornadoes, the 2 speedsters, Mazzatesta and Bob Chicatano.
Now, we don't expect him to kick it all to Mazzatesta. It'll be interesting.
And it went his side.
And that's exactly where they
Maz
kicked it.
gets it on the run, and he picked up about 5 yards after a short kick.
You would think that after seeing him run back a couple of punts in the last couple of games and a kickoff in Shamokin, they wouldn't be kicking to him, and there they went to it anyway.
Red Tornadoes will take over the ball right about on the 29-yard line. Startzel and Mazzatesta in the backfield. Right up the off tackle to Mazzatesta, and good for a 1st down.
Now there you see that North Schuylkill has gone to a 5-man line. They were basically a 4-4 defense for the last 5 games, and then last week, and once or twice against Marion, they showed a 4 or a 5-50 defense, as Coach Dimley calls it. They noticed that we have a rookie center, and there is a man on him, so Geary's he's gonna get an early test.
I guess I said 1st down too soon. 2nd down and inches for the Red Tornadoes with 7:48 remaining in this 1st quarter. Chicatano in motion. Waslowski to Mazzatesta, good for the 1st down.
Now, if you take a look at North Schuylkill, and they're doing the same thing as every team so far, they come up to the line of scrimmage with 8, 9 guys on that 1st down, thinking that Mount Carmel with Mazzatesta and Startzel or Mazzatesta and Fantini and Chicatano in that backfield are going to run. And that's where the Tornadoes have to try and keep them a little bit off balance with those pass. You drag your tight end or send one of your big ends across the middle there, and that's a big gainer.
Well, it's like Jazz said in the Marion game, the same thing. He had that pass open, and he wanted to try it when he started out with that initial series. There it is again.
Well,
but
that
falls incomplete
that was
to Quinn.
An incomplete pass, but quite frankly, that was a good thing to do. As at least it showed them that you're ready and willing to pass, and that's what they're doing. They're daring you to pass the ball right now. Again, everybody was tight to the line of scrimmage. Now, that does 2 things. It does clog up the middle a lot, but it also means that if you break one tackle, you're gone. And that's I guess the fear of a defense like that. So there's a lot of advantages and disadvantages here, and Mount Carmel can take advantage very easily if they break one loose here.
2nd down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in this 1st quarter. A fumble on the play. It was maybe a miss handoff or a miss between the center and the quarterback, but Mount Carmel did recover, and it's 3rd down and 10.
You can expect that with a new center in the game. I mean, he's understandably a little bit nervous, and plus, although he's probably centering the ball exactly the way he always has, Weslowski's maybe not as used to it, and it takes a little bit of time under a game circumstance for him to adjust to Geary and for Geary to adjust to Weslowski until they get it straight.
You see it all the way up in the pros, so it's nothing new, and it's nothing in high school.
Yeah,
football
it's a given with a new center that you're going to have a little bit of trouble until he adjusts. He will.
Good snap that time. Weslowski back, looking over the middle, and someone slipped. Chicatano.
Yeah, Chicatano went down on the play, or I think we would have completed that pass. He was pretty open.
There's a given area in that section right where he was running around the 45-yard line that does look a little loose turf. It's slippery out there.
Yeah, this field looks a bit chewed up.
6:31 left in this 1st quarter. Jamie Bullock back to punt for the Red Tornadoes. And deep for the North Schuylkill Spartans, Chris Dean and Brian Gottschall. Nice kick by Bullock coming over toward Dean. He lets it roll, and Bullock gets a nice roll out of it. Down there by number 38, John Quinn. Spartans will have a 1st down from about the 22-yard line.
Now, we fully expect North Schuylkill, from what we understand from the coaches today and the way they've scouted them, to throw maybe 60 or 65% of the time throughout this entire game. So there's going to be a lot of balls in the air tonight.
Swearhart on the option again. He was hit. But Weichel breaks loose around the end. And he picks up about maybe 12 yards.
Yeah, they're fooling Mount Carmel right now. That time they fooled Kowaleski a little bit. And Mount Carmel's going to have to adjust to that. I don't think Mount Carmel expected to see that play like that. It's an option play, but it's a little bit odd in that he's laddering the ball very deep into the backfield instead of along the line of scrimmage. The trailing back is a little farther deeper than you'd expect.
1st down and 10 from about the 36-yard line. Swearhart can't take too many hits like that, Warren. Swearheart up the middle and brought down in there by number 55, Delbo, but after about a 7 or 8 yard gain.
Now the Spartans have us a little bit off balance right now from what it looks like. I think we got a little surprised by that rollout and then option play for openers.
Well, and the other thing is it's North Schuylkill against Mount Carmel, and they're always up for this game. They're sky high for this game. Swearheart. Oh, there he goes. He broke loose up the middle. Number 44, Steve Reinhold.
That's a touchdown.
It looked like Fantini had him in the middle, and he just broke it loose right up there.
Well, Fantini did his job. He got everything balled up in the middle there, and actually the back and the quarterback collided on the handoff because of it, and it threw everybody off a little bit there, and he broke through the middle, and that was it. That's not a good thing right now for Mount Carmel. They were not going to let the Spartans get such a good toehold here, and now they have. They've given them momentum, and it's going to be very difficult to take back off them.
Number 40, Jim Dwyer, will attempt the extra point for the Spartans. Snaps down and kicks up, and it was off to the left, so he missed it.
He missed the kick. It was a poor snap and put down.
With 4:15, we have a penalty on the play.
They're going to call. And where they threw that at looks like maybe roughing the kicker. Again, you can't afford big mistakes like that in a game like this.
Swearheart has the Spartan set. Brought down back there, but there's that little pitch again, and he's right in. Beautiful option play, Warren.
They're running the option
Spartans.
play really, really well right now, and they're running it exclusively to that side. And we're going to have to adjust. We're going to have to adjust very quickly or they're going to hurt us.
With 4:59 remaining in the first quarter, the score, the North Schuylkill Spartans 8, the Red Tornadoes 0. Back here after the Spartans touchdown, Jim Dwyer will be kicking off for the Spartans. It's an onside-er, bouncing around, taken by number 83, Kovaleski. He breaks up the middle, and he's brought down about at the 48-yard line of the Spartans, and that really worked against the Spartans that time.
Kovaleski made a heads-up play there. He picked the ball up and ran upfield immediately. He didn't look around or anything. That was not designed for North Schuylkill like that, obviously.
Again, what they did try to do was stay away from Mazzatesta. First down for the Red Tornadoes.
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what that kick was. He may just hit it badly. I'm not sure. It wasn't an onside kick because it went way too far. I don't know what the purpose of it was.
Kozlowski to Mazzatesta coming around the right side. He gains about 5 yards. Nice run for Maz, and that's about his average right now. He's been averaging somewhere around 6 yards a carry right
Carry,
now.
right.
Maz is up to, out of 102 attempts, up to 619 yards gained. Four minutes left in the first quarter. Kozlowski still carries the ball, and he might be in there for no, he's a little short for the first down.
And there you saw the option play, and that was all Weslowski on that. He did it all on his own because they didn't kick anybody out there. When he looked up the line, everybody was standing there. They missed everyone. They covered the trailing back excellently, so you couldn't pitch back. Yet the guy that was covering him just missed him. He just made a nice move with the line and picked up 6 yards.
Well, it's a quarterback option, and he does have to watch. You know, if he has that opening, he's got to go and take it. There's the wedge. And looks like they got the first down.
It'd be surprising if we didn't with that play. It usually does. But it all depends where they spot the ball here. They're extremely close. If they don't have it, I don't know if they want to measure or... Yes, they do.
With first down, Red Tornadoes. It was close, Warren.
Yeah, I thought he had it, though. He did. There was a good line surge there, as there always is on that play. And there you can give a little bit of credit to Geary, the new center. I mean, he's the pivotal man when they run that play, and he did what he was supposed to do. He knocked the guy right off the line of scrimmage.
Tornadoes come out with Kovaleski and Chicatano split far left. Wisłowski coming this side to Mazzatesta, but Reinhold came up from his linebacker spot and read that nicely.
Yeah, he's taking some good hits there. They're really giving him a whack.
Just appears that North Schuylkill is really up for the game, like everybody was saying today. You know, you talked about it in pregame. We heard it at Breakfast Club this morning that the Spartans would be up for this game, and they are.
Yeah, I just hope we're going to respond to it right now. We don't look really intense right now. There's not a lot of people yelling and doing anything on our side of the ball here, and they're going to have to do that if they want to win the game.
2nd down and 8, 2 minutes left in this first quarter. The ball right about on the 35-yard line of the Spartans. Chicatano in motion, and really I didn't see much there. But there's Allen wide open, knocked out of bounds on about the 10.
Yeah, they're going to call it back.
They're going to call that one back.
I know that's going to go against us.
2nd down and 11 for the Red Tornadoes. Ball back to the 40-yard line. 1:47 left in this first quarter, and it's turning out to be an exciting first quarter. Chicatano in motion, fake to him, and Wisłowski running with the ball. Good for about a maybe 5-yard gain.
Well, that's going to bring up a big 3rd down from Mount Carmel area now.
A lot of people from the stands were yelling, there he was. I think what they were watching, Mazzatesta broke out of the backfield, or was he wide?
It's just difficult for Wisłowski when he's rolling out like that, especially to the short side of the
I think
field.
it was a called play. I'm just saying, Maz did it. I'm sure they're going to come back to that play and let him throw to Maz on that.
He has so many things to look at. He's looking at the line of scrimmage. He's looking at the end line for the out of bounds and all.
He's on a straight back, but Mazzatesta was being held over there. He was held for a good maybe 5 seconds. And it's just not, that was actually a holding call that could have been called against the Spartans and wasn't.
Now you're seeing a little bit of a twist in the offense from Mount Carmel. Mazzatesta does not usually appear in the pass pattern that far deep. You notice he was cutting back across the middle there. That's a bit new for Mount Carmel. We've not seen that previously.
Mount Carmel in a punting situation. Jamie Bullock, number 44, back for the Red Tornadoes. He'll be kicking the ball right from about the 49-yard line. Bob Delbo does the snapping for the punts. Nice snap. Short kick, fair catch called for, and taken on about the 14-yard line.
That was a close call there. He was fair catching in there, and we had everybody standing right around him there. You got to give him that 2 yards or so to catch the ball.
North Schuylkill will have a first down from their own 14-yard line with 1:26 remaining in this first quarter. Well, Swearheart's been on the bench for a while, so we'll see how he comes out here, Warren. There's the pitch again, but read nicely over there. Shidleski was in on the tackle.
Now
Quinn.
that's what needs to be done, though. The cornerback Shidleski, when he sees that, he's got to move up there right away. He's the contain on that play. Now that time he moved up quickly, and you gain probably not even quite a yard. But that's where probably they were hurting us the last time around. Either they were blocking him extremely well, or he wasn't getting up fast enough. And now he's reading it. But they're going to have to string it out. They've run so far exclusively to their right side on that play. They've never come left with that play yet.
They bring Murray out far left here. Swearheart just on a straight handoff. Read nicely by the Tornadoes that time. And they seem to be tightening up.
No, they're going to have to. That time was an off-tackle play, just a straight dive play.
John Quinn was on the bottom of the pile, but he had some assisted tackles in there with some other players. Our vantage point here is tough on this play on the angle to see the Red Tornadoes' numbers.
Plus, there's about 16 different poles standing up in the way here where the windows are put in.
Murray splits far left, 3rd down and 8 with about 7 seconds. This will be the last play of the first quarter. They tried one right up the middle, in there was Swaldy and Delbo. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, the North Schuylkill Spartans 8, the Red Tornadoes 0. Spartans number 75, Bob Kress, will punt to start the second quarter. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, Mazzatesta and Chicatano. He gets a nice high punt off, sends Maz back to about the 45-yard line. Hands off to Chicatano. He was knocked down right about at the 41-yard line.
That was a good play. Number 40 on their team,
Nice play
Dwyer.
made by Jim Dwyer.
He made a nice play. That really was.
Tornadoes will have a first down on the 41-yard line, and that time it appeared the Spartans keyed just over to this right side here.
Well, I think Mount Carmel, once again, and it's unusual for them to continually try to block kicks, but once again they were trying to block the kick, and doesn't leave much of a setup to run them back.
Kovaleski split far left. Handoff up the middle to Mazzatesta. Oh, and a late hit in there by number
that's Startzel.
21, Weichel.
Yeah, Startzel carried the ball there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Startzel had the ball.
Yeah, that's a late hit right there. That's a spear.
Actually, more a spear than a late
Yeah,
hit. He
that's a
came in
spear.
right with the helmet. Well, that'll present a first down for the Red Tornadoes from the 40-yard line. Waslowski sets his Tornadoes. He has Quinn split far right this time. Up the middle to Mazzatesta. Maz keeps those legs moving. It was about a 2-yard gain for the Red Tornadoes.
And Mount Carmel's still just feeling everything out here. They're trying all the different holes here and seeing what they get. North Schuylkill has a tough defense. They shut Tamaqua out last week, so there are no slouches on defense, that's for sure.
And that adrenaline flows just a little bit more for the Mount Carmel game.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's a big factor here.
Waslowski on the option, pitches to Mazzatesta around the right side, and he picks up probably about 6 or 7 yards.
Now you see there's a little variation of the option play from Mount Carmel. They pulled a guard now and sent him down the line. Whereas last week they were letting the end decide which he wanted, and they were hitting the quarterback, and they were nailing Waslowski. And I was concerned they were going to hurt him after a while, and Jazz had mentioned him this morning. So they've put a little variation in their option play right now where you're seeing a pulling guard moving down the line with them.
Waslowski up the middle to Mazzatesta, and he's stopped there by number 21, Harvey Weichel. He's playing a heck of a game for the Spartans. Tornadoes are going to have a fourth down, and the ball resting right about on the 31-yard line of the Spartans.
Now we got a 4th and 1 here, and Mount Carmel's going to have a big decision, and they're going to go for it.
4th down and 1, Tornadoes are in their wedge formation.
We went off.
And it appears Mount Carmel was offside.
We went offside. We're going to have to kick.
I think what they were trying to do there was draw the Spartans offside.
Yeah,
with Wes's long count.
And we drew ourselves off
Well,
instead on that
the
one.
right side of his line for some reason went real quick.
Yeah, that's
5-yard penalty against the Tornadoes, and now they're making a decision whether to go for it on 4th down.
I don't see Bullock into the game, so I'm with a 4th and 6. I guess they figure they're inside the 40-yard line here. They might as well go for it. This is a little risky play here to give North Schuylkill this kind of field position should they not come up with the play.
Waslowski fakes to Mazzatesta. He has Allen open. Kovaleski gets the ball. Good for the Tornadoes.
That was a great play. That
Great
really was.
play.
Great play.
And that's those hands of Allen Kovaleski that we've been looking for. He just pulled that pass right in.
And they didn't fool North Schuylkill. North Schuylkill had the play well covered. He just threw a great pass. Kovaleski's a big, tall guy. He reached up and picked it out. And that's a big play for Mount Carmel in this game.
8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Ball resting right about on the
9-yard line or so.
Waslowski pitches to Mazzatesta. He's going for the corner. Cuts it inside, and he gains probably about 4 or 5 yards.
And North Schuylkill had good pursuit on the play, but Mazzatesta, as is his usual play, will pick up 2 or 3 yards on his own a lot of times, and he did that time. He had Startzel in front of him, made a good block, but the Spartans pursued very well.
Second down and 4 for the Tornadoes. It's a goal-to-go situation. Waslowski takes a snap, hands off, and It's
Touchdown.
A Red Tornado touchdown.
Touchdown. That was a late signal.
Mazatesta.
A late touchdown signal, but he got over the goal line. That's all you got to do is break the plane of the goal line.
Maz did a beautiful diving jump into the end zone for the Red Tornado touchdown.
Now, it looks like Mount Carmel area is going to go for the 2-point conversion to try and tie the game up. Now, they have several variations here of that 2-point conversion. We've seen different ones now in the last 3 weeks. This is a straight one. They're going to line up and say they're going to go and just try and put it in. No fake kicking or anything like that.
Chicatano in motion. Weslowski going around the right side. Oh, somebody's wide open.
There it is.
John Quinn. Good for the 2 points.
That was a well-conceived play there. That really was.
With 8:05 remaining in the first half, the score, the Red Tornadoes 8, the Spartans 8. Weslowski kicking off for the Red Tornadoes. Nice high spiraling kick taken by number 6, Brian Gottschall. He's coming to the right side of the field, and he breaks up a seam in the middle, still on his feet. One tackler left, Joe Darrop, and it was a clip.
There it is. That flag's down. He clipped him.
Nice run by Gottschall, though.
You can't blame that clip. I'll tell you what. When he reversed field like that, he got all jumbled up, and his man, there was no way his man could avoid the block.
That's right. Well, they'll take a 15-yard penalty here and bring them back right around their own 40-yard line instead of the Red Tornado 40-yard line. So it's really a 20-yard reversal.
And he was one player from a touchdown. I mean, that would have been a heartbreaker there. Big Red's going to have to play a little tighter. It's as simple as that. They're just not on their game right now, although the score's tied up.
And they appeared to be there. You know, they were around the runner as he was coming through.
I mean, he didn't make I don't think it was a spectacular run. I think we just didn't tackle him well.
Swearhart sets his Spartans. First down and 10, 7:35 left in the first half. Swearhart back to pass, throws a little short one to the second man through. He breaks loose, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he's out of bounds on a 45-yard line.
Right.
North Schuylkill's really arguing, oh, are they hot over there?
In fact, Swearhart's even in there arguing.
Yeah, they're saying he was in bounds, but the referee was standing right there when he went out, so I don't know what they're yelling about.
We're here with 7:25 left in the first half. Timeout, Red Tornadoes. Spartans have a first down on 10 from the 45-yard line. Long count by Swearhart. Drops back. Fantini was in on him, but he just airballs one. But
Flag
there's a
flew.
flag on the play.
I wonder what this is going to turn out to be now. It's going to go against us, I think. This is 15 yards against the Tornadoes.
They're calling it interference.
I didn't see that interference. It happened a little behind where the ball was thrown, so I didn't actually see it.
20 yards?
Yeah,
That was a little.
I don't know what we call there.
Well, we know we have a first down for the Spartans. That's what we know for sure. 7:19 left in the first half. Swearhart sets his team, drops back, rolls to this side. There's the option again. Shidleski came up, made the initial hit, but he's still on his feet and made a nice run.
Well, Shidleski did his job. I mean, he did exactly what he did. Not only did he take the lead blocker, but he got a hand on the runner and he slowed him up. But Mount Carmel's going to have to pursue a little better here.
Second down and inches for the Spartans. The ball right now on about the 21-yard line.
The Tornadoes are not pursuing that play as well as they should be, and they're not giving Shidleski enough help out there. He did all he could possibly do on that play, and the play still picked up 9 yards.
I think Kovaleski came in on the quarterback also, like that the end's supposed to do. Up the middle, good for the first down.
Mount Carmel definitely looks a little bit off balance. They're not playing their game right now, and I think they should be concerned. And the last time out, we saw Coach Dimnick run into the huddle, and I think he personally spoke to each member of the defense in there, trying to explain what's going on out there.
6:27 left in the first half. The ball sitting right on the 19-yard line. Swearheart pitches back again to Weichel, but Weichel's covered nicely on that side of the line.
Yeah, we had a good play made over there by Kogut, and I think Swaldy was on the bottom, and Maher was also over there on that from his other side position. He had good penetration along the line.
They have Panzarella, number 63. He's spending a lot of time from the Spartans down in the backfield of the Red Tornadoes right now, going after some of the backs there. And he's a guard, or he's a tackle over on this side.
Well, see, he's that left side tackle, and they don't run that way that often.
Right,
again,
he's going down in
they're
there
very consistent with this right side of the line. And again, he rolls even that way with a reverse.
An end around, but Red nicely over there.
Oh, yeah.
By Startzell.
There was
Great
a heads-up football play there. Heads-up
Great
play.
play by Marcus Startzell.
Yeah, he didn't go for that at all. You could see his head turning back there. He was in position, and as soon as he saw the ball move, he went toward it.
I'll tell you what, I went with it.
That
I was watching everything coming this way.
I saw Marcus's head quick turn, and I knew right away that he'd seen it. And that was just a good heads-up football play on his part.
5 minutes left in the first half. 3rd down and 11 for the Spartans. A big 3rd down play for the Red Tornado defense.
Well, they got to hold the next 2 plays. I'm sure the Spartans are going to hold the ball on 4th down also if they don't make it here.
With a far back pitch, it's an option thrown back to him. Broken up.
Now you can see North Schuylkill. They're really red hot over that.
They thought it was interference.
And Swaldy played it I don't know how you could have played it any better. He saw the quarterback coming out from the backfield. He stuck to him, and all he did was get in front of him, and Swearheart couldn't get down the line to catch the ball. And North Schuylkill's claiming interference, but it was not interference at all. That was just a good heads-up play on Swaldy's part. Oh, and Coach Moyer is burning hot right now.
4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first half. Spartans break the huddle.
Big play for the defense here from Mount Carmel area.
4th down and 11. Swearheart rolling to the right, holding it on that play. He lets one fly, intercepted.
Well, that's a good play, certainly. Shedleski. Now, of course, he's not thinking that it was 4th down, and had he knocked it down, we would have had the ball maybe 20 yards upfield, but you're not going to fault him for that at all. That was a good heads-up play by Shedleski on the interception.
Tornadoes deep in their own territory, about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, you don't get any farther back in your own territory than they are.
On the 1, it could be inches deep. Everybody's in the backfield. There comes Mass. There he goes. He's to the 40. He's still pumping. He's to the 50. He's to the 40. Knocked out of bounds on about the 40, maybe 35-yard line.
You would have seen there. Oh, God, what a play that was. But you would have seen the longest probably run from scrimmage in Mount Carmel history had he been able to go all the way.
Cole has one about 98 yards.
Yeah, very close.
But that one was going to be about 99 and a half yards.
Now, that play, he gained 65 yards on that play. That was a 65-yard run for Mazzatesta. And he just couldn't pull away for the touchdown, but what a run that was.
Oh, and just great getting out of that hole.
And again, the ball was on like the 1-inch line down there.
There he's open again. Kovaleski, touchdown. Red Tornado.
Same exact play as they ran before to Kovaleski, and again, he was wide open.
Great play.
Weslowski hit him on the run, and there's just no way to stop that play when you do that kind of passing and receiving.
Jazz is looking if he's deciding for 2, and it looks like he's going to go for it, Warren.
Well, you got to give Tony Mazzatesta some credit on this touchdown with that run preceding the pass play.
2 plays, 99 and 1/2 yards.
Yeah,
that's a great drive.
Has to be one of the fastest drives we've ever had, also. And they're going to try that 2-point conversion again from down here.
Weslowski fakes up the middle. Inside to Mazzatesta.
Good.
And he's good.
2-point conversion's good on a pass play to Mazzatesta.
with 4:02 left in the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 16, the Spartans 8. Back here at Spartan Stadium, Weslowski kicking off for the Red Tornadoes. Boy, and Wes has been really putting his foot into it. Taken over here by Gottschalk. This time he tries breaking up the middle. But
Okay.
hit nicely in there. Joe Darrop,
Fantini.
Dave Fantini, and someone else came up off the pile, and I hate missing somebody. It was Jason Fantini, number 47. The Fantini brothers.
The brother act on that play. I know that Darrop had squared up there, and he was ready to give Gottschall a shot that he was going to remember for some time, and Gottschall was able to wiggle away from a good portion of it, but Darrop had him zero it in there for a moment or two.
Ball's right about on the 25-yard line. First down for the Spartans. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. I'm still not sure if it was complete or not.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, they called it complete. Pass complete to number 21, Harvey Weichel.
I think the referees had a bit of a hard time deciding whether he caught the ball or not either. They were a little bit.
No signal right in the beginning there.
They were a little bit late in deciding that call.
I think with 3 minutes left in the first half, you're going to see Swearhard come out here and start throwing a little bit more.
Yeah, you're going to definitely see the passing now.
Swear up the middle. Boy, they're faking us out tonight too, Warren.
Well, that's that quick an opener. Again, he's faking that, dropping at the pass and just giving a quick opener there. Now, that was the same exact play that ran for a touchdown. I mean, that was it. So you see Mount Carmel's adjusted very well to it this time. But that's just to keep the pass rush honest, really. That's the only purpose it's supposed to serve for North Schuylkill right now. I'm sure they're going to want to pass the ball.
Third down and about 1 for the Spartans. Reinholz out to Gottschalk, and he was sitting out there, but brought down nicely on the sideline and knocked out of bounds by Weslowski.
Timeout in Mount Carmel area.
Swearhart, quarterback for the Spartans, goes on an awful long count, comes out here to number 21, Weichel. Weichel breaks loose again, but brought down after the first down by number 36, Marcus Startzel.
Well, that
went to 85.
Mitchell, yeah, Mitchell caught the pass. It was a quick pass to the back, who then turned and passed to Mitchell, the tight end. The Weslowski to Kowaleski connection for the touchdown was Weslowski's 5th touchdown pass of the season.
First down Spartans, the ball resting right about on the 38-yard line. 1:56 left in the first half. Swearhart knocked away nicely by Weslowski.
Beautiful play by Weslowski on defense that time. Again, perfect position, reaching at the last minute, knocked the ball down. Good position. And that was a great play because no one on North Schuylkill is even arguing the play.
That's right.
They have been now consistently for this whole second quarter, but that was a good play.
Second down and 10, 1:49 left in the first half. Been an exciting first half, Warren.
Oh, that it has been. A lot of big plays in this first half, and that's pretty consistent with the series with North Schuylkill. Over the years, a lot of games have been decided by big plays here.
Second down and 10. Swearhart dropping straight back on a screen pass. Oh, great play.
Swaldy was sitting right there, read the play, never budged from where he was supposed to be. He threw the pass, and the receiver, you had to feel sorry for him because he got leveled.
That was a top defensive end play.
Yeah, he got leveled. Swaldy was exactly where he was supposed to be. He never got fooled.
We say big league.
Yeah, that's the way you want to see it done. When you put it on a blackboard, that's exactly the way it looks.
Third down, 1:13 left in the first half. Swearhart rolling to his left. Kogut in there nicely.
Almost intercepted that
Kogut
time.
really came in fast and broke Swearhart up. Didn't let him throw the ball.
Startzel had his hand on the ball and just couldn't gather it in. That would have been an interception. And as I said in the beginning of the game, the key to Mount Carmel's defense tonight is to pressure Swearheart. If you pressure him, you'll win the game. If you don't, it's going to be a very long night for you.
We have a timeout here with 1 minute left in the first half. Timeout, North Schuylkill. Line, 1 minute left. 4th down and about 11. Big play for the Tornado defense. Swearheart rolls to the right, pitches, knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a first down, Red Tornadoes from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he was a good 4 or 5 yards.
Coming to the inside, to the short side of the field with, only with that much yards to go.
Well, but again, that's the right side. And like I said, they run to the right side.
Right.
They just don't go left. I'm not sure why that is, but I mean, after the second quarter, we go into the third quarter. I'm sure when they go into halftime, Mount Carmel area, the coaches are gonna explain that to us, and we're gonna look at it very carefully.
First down, Red Tornadoes. 52 seconds left. West back to pass. Hit hard back there by number 85.
That was Mitchell again. Mitchell's a big boy. There's, again, 6'4", 220 pounds of defensive end and linebacker. He switches off once in a while on the line. Sometimes he's an end, sometimes he's a linebacker.
30 seconds left in the first half.
But you can bet that Wes is going to remember that particular hit from Mr. Mitchell.
2nd down and 26 for the Red Tornadoes. Quick opener up the middle.
Fantini has the ball.
Fantini, he's still running with it.
Oh, he's a tough little guy, isn't he?
2 seconds, 1, and that's halftime.
At halftime, we're down here in the stands, as you can tell. We have the camera up on the roof. We're looking down on us. And the halftime feature tonight is going to be our own Dan Ficca, pretty much of a football legend in his own right. We had Gary Dimmick last week, and we're going to go a little farther back in Mount Carmel history this week and have Dan Ficca. Not that far, of course, but a little farther back. Dan played football for Mount Carmel area from 1953 to 56. He captained the 56 team. In 1954, Mount Carmel was at Eastern Conference Championship. They were 11-0-1. They beat West Scranton 34-13. In 55, they were 10-1 with a loss to Cole Township. They lost 46-19. And they went in his senior year in 1956. They were 3-6-2. And I understand that you played a bit of fullback in 1956.
Yeah, that was the year I tried to forget when we were 3-6-2. The only thing I did remember was playing a little bit of fullback. In fact, when we played Ashland that year, which was North Schuylkill now, I think I carried the ball something like 12 times in a row. We got down to the 3-yard line and we gave the ball to somebody else to score the touchdown, which was okay with me.
Well, we beat Ashland. They were Ashland at that time, 21-0 in 1956. You went on to become an All-American at Southern California, and then were drafted or played 1 year with Oakland Raiders, and then 4 years with the New York Jets. And now you are president of our Hall of Fame. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the Hall of Fame of the Mount Carmel Area School District.
Okay, the Hall of Fame is composed of the 4 schools in the Mount Carmel area, meaning the Catholic high school that we had years ago and Lourdes in Shamokin, which we still have Mount Carmel boys and Culpmont boys going there. There's also the Culpmont High School kids we choose from Mount Carmel and Mount Carmel Township. So we're trying to get all of the communities and all the people who graduated from those schools involved. That's why the ballot is made up of 4 different sections, living and deceased. It's very simple to become a member of the organization. What we do is ask you for $5 every year. This gives you the privilege to vote for one of the many athletes that we've had come out of these various schools. And what we do is we send out a ballot and we ask you to vote after the fact, meaning we don't ask you for your money first. We say if you want to vote and you want to be part of the organization, send us $5, or we'll send you a ballot, however it works. That's as far as voting and getting in. In fact, it's funny, we're having this interview today. I talked to Bob Pollock, who, if you remember, was one of the great athletes from Mount Carmel. He's a dentist out near the Pittsburgh area, in fact, in Greensburg. It took us about 5 years to track down Bobby Pollock. So finally last week I did, and I said, Bob, please send me some information because we think you're one of the better athletes. In fact, I told Bob he was my idol. When I was in 8th grade, Bob was a big senior, and he was a guy I always looked up to. And as a matter of fact, I went to Pittsburgh to see a couple of games just so I could see Bob play, and of course being recruited. But anyway, Bob, finally today in the mail, I got the envelope, and I didn't open it yet, but I know his picture and all his resume is in there. So if there's any supporters of Bob Pollock out there, well, I hope that you'll join and maybe give Bob a vote. And speaking of voting, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. These aren't political, but I think I'm standing next to somebody whose aspirations is to be mayor. I thought I'd put a plug in for him.
I'll probably cut that anyway. Listen, one last thing. I understand one of the nicest accomplishments and one of the nicest things for people to see in the Hall of Fame is the Wall of Fame. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, okay. The Wall of Fame is in the library in Mount Carmel. The library donated the wall to us. What we do is hopefully give them some money for the use of the wall. This all came about because we wanted to display some of the pictures, and Felix Cadell was the first man to come up with a generous donation of a lot of money. I'll say it that way. I don't want to embarrass Felix by saying how much. And he said that he'll give us the seed money to get this thing going. So we want to thank Felix again. There are other people, too many to mention at this time. But what we have there is a wall with pictures of every athlete that has been inducted into the local Hall of Fame. Then we also have a state Hall of Fame. And we've been very lucky in our area to have about 5 or 6 people who have been inducted in the State Hall of Fame. Probably in our area, with the number of people, we have had more athletes in the Hall of Fame than any other community in the Pennsylvania area. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm willing to make a bet on it. In fact, in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I guess, the end of this month, Henry Hynoski will be inducted out in Pittsburgh. We have about 40 or so, maybe 50 people going out to Pittsburgh on the 27th, 8th to see his induction in the State Hall of Fame. So we're all kind of looking forward to that. It's not, I say, we've been very lucky. Jerry Breslin is in the Hall of Fame. Jas Dimnick is in the State Hall of Fame. Myself, Henry. Boy, I'm going to be embarrassed if I can't remember the other two. Lenny Eschman. And the boxer from Coltmont and football player, and I'm going to be stuck, and Coltmont's going to be mad at me. I can't remember his name. How terrible to be. Who's the fellow from Coltmont that's in the Hall of Fame? Anyway, the people around me don't know either. I'm sorry about that, Coltmont.
We'll get that inserted, though.
Yeah.
We'll definitely give him credit.
This was impromptu, so I can't remember everything.
Well, we're gonna forgive you on that one.
Filipovich, thank you very much. Steve Filipovich. There you
go.
go.
Steve Filipovich, and there you have the name. Okay, Dan, listen, thanks a lot for being with us at halftime here. And again, the Hall of Fame, you can join it. It's open to the public.
Right.
The Wall of Fame is in the Mount Carmel Public Library. Stop in. You'll be very, very surprised. It's a very nice tribute to all the great athletes we've had over the years.
And also, I might just say that we're always looking for volunteers to help us out with the Hall of Fame. There are an awful lot of people who think we're doing a great job. There are some people who don't think we're doing such a good job. And all those people that don't think we're doing such a good job, come on out and help, and I'm sure we'll be a lot better.
Okay, Dan. Thanks a lot. Well, as we prepare to begin the second half, we have a couple of trivia things against North Schuylkill and in Ashland when they were in Ashland. And maybe some of you people are going to remember. There were some great games played between these two teams. Bring one back to mind. In 1972, it was the Mount Carmel North Schuylkill game where Carson Long kicked a 54-yard field goal, which was a state record at the time, and I think it might still be one.
You know what's really amazing, Warren, too, is Carson Long was standing down on our sideline here. We just talked to him for a little bit in between while you were having the interview with Danny Ficca.
So we've had some really good games. We bring back to...
That happened in the old Ashland Stadium, too.
Yes, it did, up on the hill up there. We bring it back to 1974, which was a championship year for Mount Carmel area, where they beat North Schuylkill 30-27 with Dimnick hitting Kwiatkowski in the end zone with no time remaining for a touchdown pass. And then in 1976, a very memorable game. Bobby Zavary scored 6 touchdowns in that game. And it overshadowed another great performance on the North Schuylkill side. You remember Terry Rakowski went on to play at Penn State. He passed for 219 yards against Mount Carmel area in that game.
First down, Red Tornadoes. Ball resting right about on the 35-yard line after the 15-yard penalty for a chop block. Wazlowski pitches back to Mazatas to come in this side. He's got blockers out in front of him. Cuts back, popped nicely in there, but does gain the first down for the Red Tornadoes.
That was an excellent-looking play as far as the sweep goes. Everybody was out running on that play.
They were coming on that one, weren't they?
They looked like a train going along that time.
First down, Red Tornadoes. The ball sitting right now on about the 43-yard line.
And if we want to travel farther back into this series against Ashland, we had in 1938 the longest fumble recovery for a touchdown was 94 yards, and that was run back by Dink Duncavage, for those of you who might remember Dink.
Wazlowski on the straight handoff to Fantini. He gains about 3 yards.
We also had in this series the second longest interception in Mount Carmel area football history, and that was by Tom Zarkle back in 1953. He ran it back 99 yards, and if you remember, that was eclipsed only by Jake Cole, who ran it back for 101 or 102 yards, I believe, 2 years ago.
Right.
For a touchdown. So this particular series has produced a lot of big and memorable plays over the years.
Second down and 8 for the Red Tornadoes. Wazlowski back to throw. Throws a little easy one to Quinn and definite interference.
Now we have a call on the sidelines that the Mount Carmel fans aren't happy with, but unfortunately we had a North Schuylkill player who had to play up to them. Mr. Gottschall should learn to keep his presence on the field and make it known in how he plays and not what he's doing on the sidelines.
First time. Third down for the Red Tornadoes. Wazlowski, inside handoff to Chicatano. He's tackled in there by number 63 of the Spartans, Robert Panzarella. Fourth down for the Red Tornadoes, and Bullock in to do the punting.
Well, the score is 16-8 in favor of Mount Carmel area, but the way North Schuylkill sticking their fingers in the air after every play, you'd think they were winning a championship right now. They came out with a different attitude in the second half. I don't necessarily know it was a better one, just a different one.
Snaps back, kicks up, nice punt. Taken by Gottschalk. Delbo in there initially, slowing him up. And I guess the last one in there was Jason Fantini.
Yeah, he's been having
He's
a nice play on the kickoff returns and coverage and the punt coverage. Certainly, he's in there. And he's a carbon copy of his brother, that's for sure. Except for the numbers, you wouldn't tell those two guys apart.
First down and 10 for the Spartans. Ball on the 29-yard line. 9:45 left in this third quarter.
And it's good to see Jason like that. He's a freshman, and certainly is nice for the future of this team with a guy like him in there.
Swearhart up the middle to Reinhold. And he breaks it for a nice about 20-yard gain. First down, Spartans.
That was a good run by Reinhold there. He's a good big back, and he buried his head there and just tried to overpower the two guys, the last guys to get him. You got to give him credit there. He gained a lot of yardage on his own on that play.
First down for the Spartans. Ball right on the mid-stripe. Swearhart back. Hit. Gave the ball to number 21, Weichel, and the tackle in there nice by the center of the Tornado line.
Well, Big Bill Mayer was the guy you want to look at on that play. Although he didn't make the final tackle, he spun the back around, actually, and got him going in a different direction. He broke the play up. He should get credit for that.
Swearhart back, a little square out here to Gottschall, and finally brought down by number 36, Startzall.
Good tackle by Startzall. That would have been a touchdown. North Schuylkill continually tries to get Gottschall one-on-one with one of our defensive backs and hoping he can break the tackle for the touchdown.
Well, he has those little deke moves that
he's
can
a
get him
good
to
player.
do it.
Yeah, he's certainly a good player, and they try to isolate him on one of our backs down there. And we've been doing a nice job so far, but it looks like at any moment he's going to break loose there.
First down, Spartans, and the ball's on the 39-yard line. Swearhart up the middle to Reinhold again, and read nicely that time.
Now, I know Big Bill was in on that one. I saw his number flash immediately there. And you'll see standing up off of that play, I believe, is Quinn.
They have to get Bill and Kogut in there on that quick opener up the middle.
Well, it's difficult because they're just trying to keep us honest by running that play is all they're doing. It just sets up the pass play is what that play is designed to do.
Second down for the Spartans. 7:42 left in this third quarter. I can't believe how they can call that offside, though, with him moving back before anything happened.
I can't tell from here, but he might have touched the helmet. He was very close. I can't see from the angle we're at, but that's the only thing that could have happened. He must have touched the helmet.
It looked like such a minor movement by Fantini, though.
And he lines up so close to the center's head that it's very easy for him to touch somebody if he just jumps a little bit. That's just good aggressive play. You can't take anything away from him on that.
Second down and 3 for the Spartans. Swearhart pitches back to number 21, Weichel. And that play broken up nicely in there by Kogut, Bill Mayer, and Swaldy.
Swaldy had the Delbo on the bottom of that pile getting up. Now that's one of the few times you see them run left. That was they came left on that play, and that's very unusual so far for them.
Big third down play for the Spartans.
I don't know if they continually run right, if we're saying that that's a compliment to Kogut and Swaldy and the guys on that side, or they just have an offense that most offenses naturally
right side.
naturally run right, but not quite as much as North Schuylkill does. They run almost exclusively right.
Swearhart fakes the handoff inside. He rolls back to throw. And someone was wide open there. Good for the North Schuylkill touchdown. It was number 85, Robert Mitchell.
Yeah, that's the big tight end got loose back there. And again, he was wide open. We blew coverage back there somehow. He was just standing open there. And once you get him the ball, he's tough to bring down. He's a load of a guy.
Definitely a big boy. I imagine the Spartans will try for the 2-point conversion here.
I'm sure they will, yeah, being down by 2 now. This was not a good thing. Mount Carmel did not want to leave them back in the game with this much time left on the clock, and that's exactly what they've done now. This will be a big 2-point conversion with the way this game is going.
Swart rolling, going to throw to that right side. Oh, broken up nicely in
Great
there.
play. There's Darrap. That was Joe Darrap.
By Joe
In fact,
Darrap.
he intercepted the ball. Good play by Joe Darrap by saving that, and that could end up to be a big 2 points as this game progresses.
Okay, Warren, with 6:25 left in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 16, the Spartans 14.
I don't know if we're looking ahead here to Pottsville. I mean, that's a natural thing to do, but not against a big team like this. You can't afford to look ahead against North Schuylkill. They're too tough of a team to do that, and now, consequently, we're in a tough battle now for the rest of the game.
Number 40, Dwyer, he's the kicker for the Spartans. And he's at a squibber, a couple squibbers. It appears he tries to kick them that way. That time he gets it off, though. It's coming this side. Probably could go out of bounds. No, it stops. Mazzatesta picks it up, finds a little seam there, and goes to about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think
29-yard line.
I don't think those kicks are designed. I just think he gets
He
poor
misses
kicks
it.
off is what happens. I mean, he sets up exactly the same way to kick each time. I think he just missed that one completely, and that's what happened. Now, this is where Mount Carmel's going to have to control the ball a little bit on offense. They're going to have to gain some yardage here. One, give some of their defensive players a rest, and two, get North Schuylkill back in their own zone again.
Wazlowski pitches back to Mazzatesta, coming this right side and finds a nice seam.
Good
He's
running.
Still in bounds. Oh, and it was close to him, really breaking it.
Good run. Good run.
Knocked out of bounds right about on the 43-yard line.
It looks like Mazzatesta's trying to pick this team up all by himself right now. And he's running hard with a lot of heart here, and hopefully it's going to rub off on the rest of those guys and then start playing some heads-up ball here.
One thing I did see there is Maz walked back through the North Schuylkill players. Gottschalk gave him a little pat on the rear end saying, good run.
Well, you got to – I mean, even the opposing team's got to respect a guy like Maz. I mean, he's just an all-around great player.
Wazlowski back to pass. finds Chicatano streaking and just a little over his head.
Just missed him on that, and he was behind Gottschall that time. He faked Gottschall. He just didn't have enough time to get as far down the field as he wanted. He had been held up a little bit there. Gottschall knew it immediately when the ball left Weslowski's hands that he was beaten. He could see him turn around, but we just couldn't connect.
Well, Gottschall took the fake up the middle.
Yeah, he just missed that play.
2nd down and 10, 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. Weslowski pitches back to Maz this side again, breaks it on the inside, but good for about a 4-yard gain.
Well, that's certainly become a bread and butter play for us right now. We're going to that play a lot. What we noticed is we're not seeing the option as much now. Here you're seeing that apparently North Schuylkill defenses the option very well, and Jazz has had to change his game plan a little bit and go to something a little different.
Big 3rd down play for the Red Tornadoes. Startzel and Mazatesta in the backfield. Weslowski looks like he's making an audible, moving Chicatano to the right side. Oh, read well in there by number 63, Panzarella. He's been in on a lot of tackles, too.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's one of the players we were told to watch this morning, and he's proving it right now.
Tornadoes in a 4th and 10 situation. And Bullock into the Tornado lineup to punt.
And Bullock's under some pressure here to get off a good kick. We can't give him good field position right now.
Good snap. And Bullock hits one, a high one, going to go out of bounds, probably about the 29-yard line.
Well, now we're going to see what Mount Carmel's made of here. They got a 2-point lead. They got a lot of time left in this third quarter, and North Schuylkill came out in the second half and pretty much ran over them. So it'll be gut check time for this defense to see what they're going to do here.
And it appears when Swearhart goes back to pass, he does have a lot of time back there.
They need more pressure, certainly, on him.
Swearhart, he's back to throw again. That little sideline one over there, broken up by Joey Greco, and he played it well.
Yeah, he did. That's as well as you can do there. That's a hard pass to stop. It's so quick, you can't get position on it. And again, that play is one they've run 5 or 6 times. They're just isolating Gottschall on one defensive back, hoping he'll catch the ball and break a tackle for a touchdown. That's exactly what it's designed to do.
And they sort of leave him standing there as another receiver's breaking downfield,
Yeah.
and it does confuse the defense a lot.
They sweep it clean, and that leaves him open. And I think we need to react to him a little better.
Swearhart, he's tried to look like a quarterback draw or a misplay.
I think he missed the handoff there is what it came down to, because he turned around and no one was there. We have a man down right now, and it looks like Delbo.
So with 3:38 left in the third quarter, we have a timeout. Spartans come up, 3rd down and 3. Swearhart pitches, read nicely over there by the left side of the Tornado defense. And
going to be close to the first down. I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it.
He's going to be a good 3 yards short or 2 yards short. That's going to bring up a 4th down play. And North Schuylkill looks like they're going to kick the ball.
Well, it is
now.
a definite punting situation for the Spartans. Nice play in there by Joey Greco on that left side this time.
Bobby Delbo was the player that was hurt before he went to that timeout. He walked off the field under his own power, and Doc Greco's over there right now still looking at him and trying to determine. It looks like they're looking at his ankle.
There's the punt. It's a short punt. Shedleski got out of the way and left it bounce. And it's down right about on the 23-yard line. So the Red Tornadoes will go into this 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. 1st down, Red Tornadoes.
It looks like Kogat's going to go in for Delbo on offense here. In fact, he is. He did. Yes. And Mike Hogan now going both ways for Mount Carmel area. He's replacing Delbo on the offensive line at left tackle.
Tornadoes need a little bit of offense right here.
Oh, they've got to get something going here soon. The momentum is in North Schuylkill's favor right now.
Running the left side.
There's a good run.
Nice run in there by Mazzatesta, and good blocking on the left side.
Mazzatesta, he's the spark of this team right now. He's pretty much carrying the group as we go.
First down, Red Tornadoes.
I might add that Kovalevsky's touchdown pass in the first quarter was his first of the year. And Kovalevsky had himself a nice first half. He caught 2 passes for 62 yards in the first half.
Wislotsky sets his Tornadoes. Another inside play. I think it was Mazzatesta again.
Yeah, it was.
We're at that angle where we can't really see the numbers again.
You got to just tell that from Fantini walking off. Even if Fantini doesn't have it, you know Mazzatesta did on that play. And this is what Mount Carmel needs to do. They need to grind out some first downs here on the ground and offense, eat up some time on the clock, and hopefully escape out of this game with a victory.
Tried up the middle again. That play read nicely by the North Schuylkill defense.
A little sidelight to Delbo coming out of the game. Not only was he the left tackle, but we're watching now number 53, Mike Fantanarosa, warm up on the sidelines. Should Mount Carmel have to punt the ball, Fantanarosa is going to have to be the long punter in place of Delbo. And that's not an easy thing to do, to replace someone like that on a long snap. That's an art. I mean, it's an art all through high school, college, and pro football.
That's right.
And Fantanarosa is going to have a lot of pressure on him should we have to punt.
Kozlowski on the option, gets the first down, and we're not going to have to worry about the punt.
Fantanarosa just got a reprieve in that area.
Nice run. Dave read that perfectly, and that looked like it was the play where the quarterback goes with it all the way.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was going to pitch or anything on that. That was a nice play, and it's one we certainly needed. It brings up a big first down for us.
First down, Red Tornadoes. Ball sitting right on the 46-yard line. 46 seconds left in the third quarter.
I think I saw Fantanarosa actually give a sigh of relief down there.
Wislotsky on the option again. Tried the same play, and we have a flag on the play.
In that area, it almost always goes against Mount Carmel. That's going to be a clip against us, I'm sure.
And that's what he called.
Yeah.
Preliminary call was a clip against the Red Tornadoes.
You drop a flag on the line of scrimmage like that on a running play, and it's almost invariably going to be a clip or a hold. And that's going to hurt Mount Carmel right there. They did not need a first and 25, which they just came up with there.
Starts in the Tornado lineup. First down and 25 yards to go. Cicatano in motion. Wislotsky rolling to this side of the field. There's Quinney streaking down the sideline and just a little over his head.
Just out of his reach there. It was good coverage by North Schuylkill on that play. He would have had a hard time catching it. Once again, North Schuylkill players gesturing to the crowd, and that's Bush League. I'm going to say it right now. That's just a Bush League move on North Schuylkill part. And quite frankly, that shows a disturbing lack of discipline on that team. You don't gesture to the crowd when you're playing football. You play football, you play as hard as you can. That's all we expect. We don't need to know what they do with their fingers or anything to the crowd. I'm very disappointed in that, and I think Coach Moyer should look at that very carefully for the next rest of the season at least.
You don't see it happen with the Tornadoes.
No, it's just a lack of discipline. That's all. It simply boils down to no discipline.
Wislotsky back to pass. Screen, but he was covered, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
Good play by Wislotsky.
That was a good play by Wislotsky.
Excellent play.
Fantini stood here with number 5, Larry Trakes, right on top of him, and that was the pass directly to him.
Yeah, they read that. That was a screen that just never got off the ground. They had everybody covered. He had no one to throw to, and that was a good heads-up play. He threw the ball out of bounds. He saved himself some yardage. Brings up a 3rd and 25, but that's not his problem. I mean, that was a penalty there. And I'd like to see what Jazz has in his book of plays for 3rd and 25 right now.
That was amazing how that defensive end didn't go that time. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been going, you know,
Yeah,
but
he
that
just
time,
read it nice
for some
that
reason,
time.
he read it nicely.
There you
There's the
have
quick
it.
kick.
There's the quick kick.
Oh, it takes a lousy bounce. Oh, and that 42 looked like he was going to take his hands onto it, didn't it?
He tried to.
It would have bounced back into that 42.
We tried to fake there and pretend we didn't touch it, but the referee was right on top of the ball. And it's going to be down about the 42-yard line of North Schuylkill. We actually pushed the ball a little further than it was supposed to be there, but he'll have that.
Well, here's our chance for the big defense again. That's the end of the third quarter. The score, the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes 16, the North Schuylkill Spartans 14. Jazz comes back off the field, and I think he told the troops what he wants right now.
No, he can't feel very comfortable right now. They got good field position. They're only down 2 points, and I know he's worried. And he's got good reason
That's
to be
a play
worried.
up the middle of Reinhold, and they really popped him that time.
Yeah, he's going to remember that play. Somebody, in fact, I think he's on the
We
field.
have an official timeout on the play.
Yeah, he took a. I don't see who that is there. It's a. Is that the ball carrier, Bob? You think?
I think it's Reinhold, yes,
He took a vicious hit.
on that play.
Yeah, he had his legs stationary there, and somebody nailed him, and you see him bend like that. And that's a tough break for North Schuylkill. He's a good-looking runner, and he's running with a lot of heart tonight. They're going to certainly miss him. I know they will for the rest of this game.
Definitely both teams now playing with a lot of intensity. Hard hitting in there. Swearhart back to pass, and Maher was actually held on that play.
Yeah, Bill Maher made a good play there. They held him at the line of scrimmage and actually pulled him down as he was going across. And he still got up again and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Nice defensive play on the other end by Weslowski and Darrell.
Yeah, it was well covered. But again, the pass wasn't as well thrown as it could have been because Big Bill was in there in his face, and it's tough to throw with a big guy like that charging at you.
Just appeared the way he came off that line, he was held. Big third down play here for the Red Tornado defense. 11:26 left in this ball game. Swearhart back, and they have him at the fumble.
He fumbled. North Schuylkill will recover
North
it.
Schuylkill recovered, right.
But there's the pressure, and that's what it does for a game. They have to put pressure, and that's what you see happens when they do.
You have to get in there.
That was a big play. That really was. In the fourth quarter like that was a big Mount Carmel area play.
Fourth down, and the Spartans will have to punt. Two speedsters back for the Red Tornadoes, Chicatano and Mazzatesta. High snap, and there comes the ball. It's a nice high spiraling kick. Fair catch by Mazzatesta.
flag.
There's a flag on the play, and I
don't know where that was from. He threw the flag. There was no one there where the flag was thrown. I don't know what he saw or looked at or what the problem with that was, but it's going to be holding against North Schuylkill, I think, from the way he threw the flag.
What he did, he grabbed Joey Greco's shirt. Joey came on the sidelines, and the coaches were looking at him like, "Did you do it?" And Joey went, "No, he grabbed my shirt."
Yeah, I see that now, yeah.
I think they all had the eye of Joey, and he was explaining that, "No, coach, it wasn't my fault." It was actually Gottschalk. He grabbed Joey. He just grabbed him.
I mean, that wasn't a smart play at all. I mean, he wasn't in the play. We were fair catching the ball. I can't imagine what he was thinking about.
Tornadoes first down, the ball on the 37-yard line, 10:47 left in this ball game, and it's been a close one. Weslowski to Mazzatesta, up the middle. Good for the Tornado first down.
Well, Mazzatesta was over 100 yards in the first half. So he's going to have some pretty gaudy numbers by the end of this game. And he certainly deserves every yard he gained tonight. He is really, really running hard tonight, and he can be proud of this game. And I'd hate to think where we'd be without him right now. The rate we've been going and the way we've been playing, he's certainly been a big bright spot between him and Weslowski.
Same play to Mazzatesta, right up the middle again. He's gone for a nice gainer on that play. Good 25-yard gain.
Yeah, Mount Carmel, I don't know if you saw it on your screen, but Dimnick saw something immediately when that last play, the play before this was run. and I saw him gesturing to Weslowski
Do
with
it
his
again.
hand to run it again, and whatever it was, it worked perfectly now 2 times in a row. But you got to credit Coach Jazz on that. He saw it immediately, and he went back to it immediately, the same play.
This is definitely the drive the Tornadoes need, though. They have to keep it going, but it's what we were looking for. Little movement on the side of the North Schuylkill Spartans.
I don't know who we're going to call on that, because half of us were off the side there, too.
Definitely looked like the Spartans came over first. Offside Spartans.
North Schuylkill.
So bring up a 1st down and 5 for the Red Tornadoes. Weslowski pitches back to Mazatesta coming to left side. Made a nice cut in there. Probably gained about 4 yards. He's probably about a foot short.
There you saw, I don't know if you saw the end of that play after he was, or as he was going down. Eric Geary took a guy down. I didn't see it. 63, I think his number was.
That's Panzer.
And apparently there's been some jawboning going on between those two kids all night. And Geary leveled him. I mean, he dropped him on the ground, and he got up and he looked at him and pointed a finger at him as to say, "I'm here, watch for me."
Up the middle of Mazatesta, good for the Tornado 1st down.
Now, there you saw, there's a North Schuylkill now. There's the retaliation for the play,
Right.
and that should have been a penalty.
Right. Should have been, definitely.
That all that was a retaliation for the play before where he got leveled, and he came back and hit the first guy he could. And as I said, North Schuylkill looks like a good football team the way they're playing, but their lack of discipline in some areas is disturbing.
The ball's resting right about on the 9-yard line. It's a 1st down and goal to go for the Red Tornadoes with 8:46 left in this 4th quarter. 16-14, Red Tornadoes. Weslowski, Mazatesta fumble on the play.
Fumble the ball, and I think North Schuylkill may have picked it up.
2nd down, Red Tornadoes. There's a tornado under there somewhere. Looks like a lot of North Schuylkill people.
Boy,
Weslowski was under
he
there.
was the lone Mount Carmel guy there. There was 6 guys around there. They're all from North Schuylkill. That was heads-up play there, I'll tell you. The one tornado guy, he was the guy, fortunately, that came up with the ball.
But this is the time-consuming element we're looking for. It's down to 8 minutes now in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and goal to go for the Red Tornadoes. Chicatano in motion. Pitches to Chicatano, and he's way back.
I don't know what we did on that play, but hopefully we won't do it again ever. I mean, that play was a mess from the start to the finish of it, and they read it well, and Chicatano had nowhere to go.
3rd down and 21, goal to go.
And that's too bad, because at this juncture in the game, I'm sure Mount Carmel would have dearly loved to put a few points on the board and get some breathing room here. This is a tough game for them. That fired North Schuylkill up on the line. I can see those guys there now.
With this big 3rd down play, you know they're going to be coming hard at Weslowski. Fake up the middle. I'll tell you what, Mitchell was in there, but he's not down yet. Weslowski's still running. He's going to go that sideline, and he takes it to about maybe the 10-yard line.
That was a nice play by Weslowski. That really was. There was some real individual talent being shown there. He looked very good as a scrambler on that play. He certainly did. He picked up some important yardage on that play.
4th down, Red Tornadoes, and with 6:45 left in this ball game, Red Tornadoes timeout.
If they're letting you in the game, it can't be anything.
4th down, Red Tornadoes. Ball's right on the 10-yard line. Big 4th down play for the Red Tornadoes. Weslowski rolls to the left, looking up the middle, and it's Kovaleski.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Alan Kovaleski.
Oh, Kovaleski's out
And
of himself a career over the game here, isn't he?
They're the hands. When you throw to him, he'll catch it.
Great play. Weslowski, once again, beautiful touch on the ball. Oh, you can't throw a ball better than that. And I'll tell you, at Breakfast Club this morning, Coach Jazz said that Kovaleski might be one of the keys of the game tonight.
And he's proven to be.
Obviously, that's true. He's the key to the game tonight. That'll be Kovaleski's second touchdown reception on the year and his second of this game.
Timeout here, Red Tornadoes. Tornadoes ready for the extra point. Shedleski the holder, and Weslowski will try the kick. Delbo's back in the snap this one, Warren. Snaps down, Shedleski's, it's up, and it's
Good.
good.
He got it.
Good.
That was certainly an odd call. It was hard to tell, but
Big extra
he
point.
got
for
it in there.
Big extra point for the Red
yeah,
Tornadoes.
that'll pretty much put the game out of reach, I think, with 6 minutes to go, unless something dramatic happens from the Spartan side of the ball.
With 6:40 remaining in the game, the score: the Red Tornadoes 23, the Spartans 14.
Kovaleski has certainly made himself a force to reckon with tonight. Again, Weslowski is really showing some confidence and poise passing the ball and running the ball, scrambling around. We have a backup center playing who's really playing well tonight. I can't say enough about him tonight. A lot of those big plays that Mazzatesta ran were ran right over Geary. So any reservations we might have had about a new kid coming in and playing, being a sophomore and all, I think we're confident now we have a great backup center.
He's a strong kid. Nice kick by West. Boy, the adrenaline must be flowing. Taken by Gottschall, coming right up the middle, and there was a seam there. It's down to Weslowski and Joey Greco, and Weslowski makes the tackle assisted by Greco. But Gottschalk has found a seam every time coming through on that kick.
And that's unlike Mount Carmel area. I don't know what we're doing on the kickoff and punt coverage, but we're not looking really sharp, and that's usually one of our hallmarks is you don't run one back on us, and he's nearly broke 3 now tonight. Now, again, you look at Weslowski, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He kicks the ball, he's supposed to hang back, and he's the safety valve. He's the last man to make the play, and that's exactly what he did. He saved the touchdown.
Number 50, Dougie Greco's in for Dave Fantini right now. Dr. Greco's working on him. Nice play made by Joe Darrop.
Yeah, Joe Darrop was right there. And Joe Darrop's made a big contribution tonight in that defensive backfield himself. He's had himself a nice game, too, back there.
6:11 left in this ball game.
Well, Mount Carmel, I'm sure, is looking to stop him right here, get the ball back, and grind some time off the clock and walk out of here with a hard-fought win, hopefully. There's certainly nothing easy about what happened here tonight, and it went exactly the way we were expecting it to do, hard-fought.
Swearheart,
there you have it. There's Kogut.
There's Kogut.
There's Maher.
And
Swaldy.
Swaldy.
Kogut and Swaldy. And you had Startzel blitzing on the play, which moved the quarterback and moved him right into those two guys.
Right.
Good play. Good play by the line that time.
Third down for the Spartans. The ball's back on the 45-yard line. 5:50 left in this ball game. And Mount Carmel can't be ashamed for the game they played because
this is
the thing is the Spartans are always up for the Red. This is their big game of the year. This is their game.
I guess it's just, as Jazz said this morning, you just can't impress upon these kids sometimes what the other team's looking at.
What this means to North Schuylkill, right.
And apparently in the beginning it didn't seem to matter to us all that much.
He's back to throw again. Nice rush.
Fumble.
Ball's fumbled.
He fumbled it.
The Tornadoes are in there, and it looks like they've got it.
No. I think at the last minute we have, I'm not sure if that's Maher down there, who nearly got a hand on it.
Great defensive stand for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, that's what you needed to see, and that's the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes that we know.
Fourth down for the Spartans.
And they're going to
It's
kick
a
the ball.
long fourth down and 33.
Yeah, they're going to kick. They're going to have to.
We have a timeout here. Red Tornado hurt on that last play, and he was just coming off awful slow.
I think that's Startzel, too, and I hope he's okay. I really do. We can't afford to lose him for a moment. He got up slow from that fumble, and I saw him kneeling over there, but then he stood up right away, and he started trotting off the field, and he never got all the way down. But thankfully, he walked off, and he looks okay.
Shidleski and Weslowski are in the game back deep for the Tornadoes, and Wes just a protective in case it's a fake.
And there it
which he
is. Yeah, there it
expected.
is.
Oh, almost intercepted by Shidleski.
Good play by Mount Carmel. Coach Dimnick and his coaching staff.
right.
Great call.
He left his defense in there.
As soon as they had a moment there with Startzel coming off the field, he changed it around right away and put 2 defensive backs back there, and that's exactly what North Schuylkill tried to do. They tried to fake a punt. Good heads-up play by the coaching staff on that one. That's what you like to see.
4:42 left in this ball game. Hard-fought game. Red Tornadoes 23, Spartans 14.
And Shedleski made a nice play in the ball, and he almost intercepted.
West to Mazzatesta. And now they'll just try some grinded-out yards, I think.
I think you're going to see that now. I don't see why we do anything else with a little over 4.5 minutes to go. That would be Mount Carmel's game plan.
Maz gained only about a yard on that play. But again, he's not stopped in the backfield.
No, you don't stop him in the backfield. He just isn't done with Mazzatesta, especially tonight, the way he's running. He's certainly having a fine game tonight, and I'm very curious as to what his final yardage is going to end up at by the end of the evening.
Weslowski looked like he might have changed the play to the backs there. And there's flags on the play.
I don't want to overlook the play again of the freshman here, Kogut. He was pressed into service now both ways, and he's played a very credible job at offensive tackle. You can't take anything away from him playing there, and we were very surprised the freshman starting the game on defense, and here he is pressed into action playing offense and defense, and you can only say good things about that kid. He's got a great future ahead of him for Mount Carmel area.
3:49 left in this ball game. 2nd down and 15 for the Red Tornadoes. Weslowski looked for Quinn on that play and got about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
I think is that Quinn or Startzel? There's Startzel, I think, getting off the.
Oh, it's Startzel back in.
That's
okay.
Marcus. It's good to see he's okay. Well, the clock continues to tick down, and fortunately it's ticking down on the Spartans of North Schuylkill.
3:14 left in the ball game. 3rd down for the Red Tornadoes. Weslowski carrying the ball, and boy, he made a nice breakaway run, and he's about maybe only a foot or a yard short.
Yeah, he made a great play there. He really did. He's running with a lot of intensity tonight himself. He buried his head there and just drove forward. And that's he's not that real big of a kid. You like to see that. He's having a good game, really is.
4th down and a foot for the Red Tornadoes. 2:40 left in the ball game. Wedgie time.
Yeah, 4th and 1. I'm sure we're in a full backfield here.
Weslowski to Startzel.
That depends where they spot that. He might have gotten that. I don't know.
All depends where they put it.
Yeah, a little variation of the wedge for us in that we didn't sneak it in. We handed off that time. But once again, they went right over the center. They had no problem going over Geary and those 2 guards there.
We have a timeout here for an official measurement with 2:25 left in the ball game.
I think maybe in the beginning of the game, as we were saying, that Mount Carmel didn't look quite as sharp maybe and not as intense and things like that. But as the game progressed, and we're not going to get the first down here. It's going to be turned over to North Schuylkill. We're going to go on defense. But as the game progressed, I think we realized that we were in a hard-fought, tough game, and we have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. Again, we had good line play from those tackles and guards and Geary at center and the 2 ends. Kovaleski had a great game. And you don't want to take anything away from Quinn because when one end has a great game, it means that the other end is either decoying or blocking downfield, and you can't have one good game without the other guy having one alongside of you.
Swearheart and a nice play
Kogut.
made by Kogut. Great play.
He's
stayed
really
back
fun.
a little that time. Rather than charging in, just waited, watched the quarterback, and jumped up and blocked it with his right hand.
I can't get over how quickly he's become a force, though. He really is. He's a player to watch. We spoke with him this morning. He was the KMC player of the game. And I was very impressed with his poise and confidence. He handled the interview quite well.
That's right, at a
he's
freshman.
A good-looking boy there, really is.
2:16 left in the ball game. And you know Swearheart's going to be throwing.
He's going to be dropped.
Boy, they were in on him that time.
Oh, he's still up.
Going. And the play's broken up. Boy, I tell you what, Alan Kovaleski was in on him that time.
Maher was the first guy. I thought Maher was going to bring him down, and
That's
he
right.
squirmed away from Maher. But Maher actually was the one that caused the problem on the play. He was in there extremely fast.
You know, in pro ball, he's stopped. That's a
Yeah, he would have been down
in the grass.
Yeah. Oh, the same would have been with Weslowski earlier when he was.
That's right.
Once he was almost down like that, they would have called it. But I think that's what makes high school and college football so exciting. You give that quarterback a chance to get away and move a little bit, and sometimes they'll surprise you.
2:07 left in this ball game. And I'm not too sure why this clock isn't running.
Well, it was an incomplete pass.
Oh, that's right. He did throw it. I was thinking they tackled him. There's an incomplete to number 21, Harvey Weichel. We have a 4th down now for the Spartans. And they're deep in their own territory, so they're going to have to decide whether they want to punt or give the ball over to the Tornadoes.
I think with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left, they're going to have to go for it. They have no choice. They may not see the ball again here. They're going to have to go. They're going to call timeout and discuss it, but I'm sure they're going to have a play here to try and pick the first down up.
Timeout, North Schuylkill. 2:03 left in this ball game. 23-14, Red Tornadoes.
And for all intents and purposes, this is the ball game right here. If North Schuylkill can't pick up a first down and keep their drive going, the game will be over. Mount Carmel will take over on downs and run the clock out, and that'll be it. So this will be the play right here.
Swearheart rolls this side. Pass out there. Intercepted by Alan Kovaleski. What a heck of a game for Covey tonight.
Yeah, he just won't go
He's
down.
still on his feet going. Look at him.
Oh, Alan's having a career game right now. He's having a fine, great game right now for Alan Kovaleski. And that's Mount Carmel will take over the ball in North Schuylkill territory. About 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining in the game, and that should be it for the game. Mount Carmel can run the clock out. They might score again, but for all intents and purposes, they've won a hard-fought game tonight. They've ground it out, and it went exactly the way people thought it would. And Allen's getting a big hand as he comes off the field, and deservedly so from the Mount Carmel fans.
Kozlowski looking at the clock, leaving it run down as far as he can without getting a penalty. Hands off to Mazzatesta on the right-hand side. Tackle made in there. Now it's starting to get a little jousting in there.
Well, you could have
Dougie
guessed
Greco and number 5, Larry Trakes.
With North Schuylkill, you could have guessed it.
Yeah.
I mean, now they know they've lost the game. They weren't exactly sportsmanlike to the whole game to begin with, and you can bet they're going to be taking a cheap shot or two in here, and that's unfortunate. That's
It's
just not
amazing
the way that
when
it
they
should
go after the fans. That was one thing we saw that, was definitely not appreciated by the Mount Carmel fans or even by us.
No, it's
Mazzatesta up the middle, and boy, he ran a nice game tonight. And they have a timeout here it's a first down. It's a timeout to move the chains. I thought they were going to measure on that one, Warren.
No, we got 39 seconds remaining in the game, and the only bad part about this game that I see right now is, unfortunately, Delbo is still sitting on the bench down there. Now, they taped his knee when he came off, and you gotta hope that he's not seriously hurt going into a big game next week with Potts. We cannot afford to lose a guy like him. And I guess the good sign is the fact that he's sitting on the bench and there's not Doc Greco or anything isn't around him. So hopefully it's just something he's going to be able to shake off and recover for by next week. But you don't like to lose a player before a big game, and that was one of the big concerns that Coach Dimnick had. So hopefully we haven't. Now we're having a little bit of time. We're getting the last play or so off. They're going to run. We're not going to run a play. Time's going to run out. 2-1-0. 0. That's the game.
Hard-fought game. Final score, Red Tornadoes 23 and the North Schuylkill Spartans 14.